Hello, my name is Kim Valdes, and this is my presentation on asthma and allergies. For some quick facts and an overview, asthma is a common lung condition that causes sporadic breathing difficulties due to the swelling and narrowing of the tubes that carry air to and from the lungs. Symptoms may include cough, rhonchus, which is a rattling in the chest while breathing, wheezing, chest tightness, or shortness of breath. These symptoms may change over time. The severity of asthma symptoms can range from a mild annoyance to severe and life-threatening asthma attacks. About 3,500 individuals in the United States died of asthma attacks in 2019. And while this number has gone down, as we'll see in a following slide, it illustrates the seriousness of the disease. Here we're going to learn about the various agents that trigger asthma and the relationship between asthma and allergies. We'll consider whether cases of asthma are increasing, and if so, why. We'll look into the study of epidemiology and how epidemiologists research diseases such as asthma. And finally, we'll learn about the mission of the National Asthma Control Program and the New Mexico Council on Asthma. Various agents trigger asthma. There are two main types of asthma, allergic and non-allergic. Allergic asthma may be triggered by pollen, pet dander, dust mites, or mold. Non-allergic asthma may be triggered by stress, exercise, illness, extreme weather, irritants in the air, and certain medications. Allergic asthma is more common. Of the roughly 25 million people in the United States who have asthma, 60% have allergic asthma. In either type, spasms occur in the smooth muscle lining of the lungs' bronchial tubes, which slows airflow, causes wheezing, and difficulty breathing. So how do various agents trigger asthma? In allergic asthma, the immune system first becomes sensitized to a harmless substance like pollen, dust, or pet dander. On following encounters with the substance, the immune system launches a full-blown attack against it and releases histamines and other chemicals. This exaggerated attack can trigger inflammation of the airways in your lungs, making it harder to breathe. So are cases of asthma increasing, and if so, why? Perceived increases in the prevalence of asthma during the 1900s suggested that the factors which trigger asthma may have changed. Decreases in air quality due to pollution are commonly cited as causal factors for this increase, but this may be somewhat misleading. The air quality in the United States has actually experienced significant improvement since the mid-1900s. Asher et al. Explain that the causes of variations and increases in prevalence have proved largely elusive and are a matter of speculation. Multiple studies have suggested that in developed countries, asthma may have been commonly overdiagnosed or misdiagnosed. This may have contributed to the perceived increase in prevalence of asthma in developed countries. So here's some data from the CDC. Current asthma prevalence in the U.S. increased from 7.4% of the population in 2001 to 7.8% in 2019. We can see here that the percentage of the population, that's the dark line, is relatively flat. It has some ups and downs. It's a matter of debate whether a 0.4% increase is representative of an asthma epidemic. A little more data here. The two graphs on the right are the asthma attack prevalence and asthma mortality rate graphs, and they both show encouraging downward trends. The graph to the left is the emergency department visit, and emergency department visits did not significantly change in 2010. So what is epidemiology? Well, it's how we got the graphs on the previous slides. Epidemiology is the branch of medical science that investigates all the factors that determine the presence or absence of diseases and disorders. Epidemiologists look at where society is in dealing with a disease, and help to determine what we should do to make healthful progress as a society. How do epidemiologists research diseases such as asthma? Well, they develop studies to learn more about disease prevalence. They collect information through interviews, surveys, and observations, and they analyze the study results. They develop public health policies based on their findings and communicate the recommendations to public health officials, government officials, and the public. Then they follow the results of their public health policies and programs and look for further ways to improve them. One such public health policy is the National Asthma Control Program. The National Asthma Control Program was established in 1999 by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to help the millions of Americans who have asthma gain control of their disease. The program grants funding to states for asthma education, research, and assistance. In New Mexico, the CDC has provided funding to the New Mexico Department of Health, and the New Mexico Department of Health website directs visitors to the New Mexico Council on Asthma. This is a partnership of organizations and advocates who seek to reduce the burden of asthma in New Mexico. In conclusion, asthma is a serious disease that impacts millions of people around the world. Its symptoms can range from being a minor nuisance to life-threatening, and it affects both children and adults. Epidemiologists help societies understand the scope of diseases so that we can more effectively direct our efforts towards healing and health. With proper diagnosis, personal education, access to appropriate medications, and adherence to treatment plans, asthma can be controlled so that those with the disease can lead normal, healthy, active lives.